Hello students, this is Dr. Faizan Mirza. We are continuing our discussion of lung volumes and capacities. Here we will be discussing the terms of respiratory minute volume and vital capacity, MBC, FEV and PEFR. These are what I'll be covering in this video. So starting off with respiratory minute volume. What is respiratory minute volume? Respiratory minute volume basically is abbreviated as RMV. It is the amount of air moved in and out of the lungs every minute. So if you want to calculate your RMV, you have to use a formula of RMV is equals to tidal volume multiplied by respiratory rate. Both of these can be calculated very easily. Vital capacity and RMV, both these parameters, they greatly decline or decrease in respiratory diseases. So they are used in the mode of diagnosis and how well the treatment is working. If an intervention is sought for that particular patient and the disorder. Vital capacity can vary physiologically as well as pathologically. So physiological variation include that vital capacity is lowered generally in females and it is higher in males. That's the gender difference. Then it is also higher in individuals who are heavily built, which means a person who is more muscular or a person who is having a larger body size will have a higher vital capacity as compared to a person who is of a lesser body size. Similarly, a person who is in the standing position will have a higher vital capacity as compared to the same person in a lying position. Vital capacity also is higher in athletes because they have a good stamina of breathing in and breathing out during various postures of their athletic performances. And it is lowered in sedentary individuals, people who have a laid back lifestyle, who have a very lethargic lifestyle, which we use the term of couch potatoes as well. So for them, the vital capacity is decreased. Vital capacity is high for individuals who play musical wind instruments and musical wind instrument players, for example, individuals who play trumpets or flute or mouth organ, any wind blowing instrument, or people who sing or for example who do qirat or who do naat khwani and stuff like these, who are actually using their vocal cords. So they have more than a person who's or a person who is into debating and some kind of probably reading of the news or in at some news channel. So all these individuals, they have a higher vital capacity because of their occupation. Pathological variation of vital capacity is different. That pathological in conditions such as asthma, emphysema, or lung congestion or pneumonia, tuberculosis, pulmonary edema, all these cases cause the vital capacity to decrease, and that's a pathological state. So we have covered how gender, body build, posture, lifestyle, they all vary vital capacity under normal, within normal limits, or even beyond normal limit, but that's all physiologically normal. Maximum breathing capacity is MBC, it's maximum ventilation volume. MVV, it is the maximum amount of air breathed in and out due to hyperventilation per minute. In males, the value is 150 to 170 liter per minute. In females, it's 80 to 100 liter per minute. The subject breathes forcefully and rapidly with a respirometer for 15 seconds. The amount of air inspired and expired is measured from the spirogram, and the MBC is calculated using the formula of n liters divided by time in seconds multiplied by 60. Forced expiratory volume, FEV. FEV is a very important parameter when assessing a respiratory condition in an individual. The amount of air expired per unit time after deep inspiration is noted. FEV is also called timed vital capacity because here FEV1, for example, if it is being measured, then FEV1 will be the amount of air expired forcefully in 1 second. FEV2 will be the amount of air expired forcefully in 2 seconds. FEV3 would be the air expired forcefully in 3 seconds, and so on and so forth. So FEV decreases in diseases which are obstructive in nature, which are causing some obstruction in somewhere in the conducting of the respiratory zone of the respiratory passage. For example, asthma, emphysema. Whereas FPV is slightly reduced in restrictive diseases. Restrictive diseases are ones in which there is no obstruction in the passageway of air. There is no physical obstruction in the conducting or the respiratory zone, but fibrosis has occurred. And what fibrosis? It's restricting the lung parenchyma from being very elastic, so the stretching ability is not there as it should have been. So in that case, there is no obstruction in the passageway of the air. It's just because the compliance or the elasticity of the lungs is not the same as it was in the normal state. So the individual will be suffering from a restrictive disease. For measuring FEV and the maximum rate at which the air can be expired after deep inspiration, a Wright's peak flow meter is used for this. This is called as this basically is PEFR, peak expiratory flow rate. And this peak expiratory flow rate uses this device here, and this is a very simplistic device. Initially we used to use the Wright's peak flow meter was used for assessing and distinguishing obstructive disease from a restrictive disease. So other than what I've discussed here, that forced expiratory volume can be used for distinguishing obstructing from restricting. Here it's greatly decreased, here in restricted it's slightly decreased. So PEFR, the peak expiratory flow rate, in this the obstructive and restricted diseases show a similar kind of condition, that PEFR in obstructive disease individual will be about 100 liter per minute, whereas for restricted disease it will be 200 liter per minute. The person pushes the air using this mouthpiece, and this knob here, it goes higher, and the calibrated region actually tells you the value which is either lying in the normal condition or in the normal range, or is it lying in the abnormal ranges. This sums up our entire discussion of this topic of lung volumes and capacities. Thank you so much. That's it from my side.